For all of you freelance pharmaceutical distributors, I have two words. The Wire. Please, watch The Wire. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then. Hey, don't forget to check out the link of the day in the description.
Oh, Black Dynamite, I wish it was that simple, but this is much bigger than you and me.
Hey, little mama. It may be bigger than you, and it may be bigger than me, but it ain't bigger than you and me. Can you dig it?
BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Yeah. So recently I did a video on AR-AB and how he just got picked up by the feds for drug distribution. He decided that he wanted to have his pharmaceuticals and sell them illegally to people in America. And this kind of got him jammed up with the feds. But just so we can be clear on why it's the feds, because I know a lot of people, because look, in my previous video I made on this, I said that I personally don't think that AR-AB was locked up primarily because of the Vlad interview. I don't think it helped, but I don't think he was locked up primarily because of that. Okay, so the paperwork has been released. I'm going to tell you what's so interesting about the paperwork. In the Vlad interview, even though this is not why I think he was primarily arrested, but in the Vlad interview, he does a couple of things that is going to bring the attention of the police, of the feds, of the city, of our government, just like Rollo did. What did both of these gentlemen do? They talked about how they washed their money, basically, and they also talked about, even more importantly, using said money to buy property. Okay, a lot of people don't get why this is so important, because some people are going to say, oh, this is not no big deal, somebody's buying a house. Think about where you live. Everybody that doesn't own a house of their own, think about where you live. You live on a property that's owned by somebody, and 9 times out of 10, the person that owns that property is not a melanated individual. They're not black. They're of some other race of people. Do you think that a city, especially a city like Philadelphia, would like for the areas or a big chunk of the city to be owned by black people? Owned is different from when we're renting. I know a lot of you don't get this. Let me not say a lot of you. That's not fair. I know that a lot of people don't get this, but renting an apartment or renting a house is not the same as owning the property. It isn't. But I do understand that a lot of people don't get that. Another thing that you have to understand is the property around where AR-AB is saying that he basically, runs his enterprise, this is his words, not mine, is around Temple University. Now, anyone who's actually lives in Philadelphia can tell you that there are portions of the area around Temple University that has already been gentrified. Okay, now I'm just going to move on to something else, because I'm going to have a million people arguing this point with me that has never been to Philly one day in their life. A ton of them. I hope it's a million. That means I get a shitload of views. But what I mean is, there's going to be a lot of people. Anyway, point being, they pick up AR-AB. The paperwork basically says that, and I'm letting you know, from what the paperwork says, I don't have shots of the paperwork. I'm sorry about that. I think Jordan Tower has shots. Shout out to Jordan Tower. Jordan Tower has shots of the paperwork. I didn't want to pull it from his page, so I just decided to tell you about it. So, on the paperwork, there's a couple of things that just stand out to me that tells me that these guys were being watched. I don't know if they were being watched before the Vlad interview, but it is 100% sure, well, I am at least 100% sure, that at some time or another, they were being watched. They basically said who the individual was that drove from Philly to California to pick up the narcotics. They said what vehicle he drove to pick up the narcotics. They also knew who were the people that actually put money into the pot to pay for the narcotics. They also knew who the people were that actually cooked up the portion of the cocaine that was used to make crack. Exactly. They knew a lot. This isn't stuff that ARAB spoke on. See, now this is the problem, right? This is the problem when people don't take heed of what The Wire was doing. You know what The Wire, everybody that wants to try to get involved in anything that you don't want the government to know about, pay attention to what The Wire did. They weren't even allowed to talk about business unless they were in a safe place. Do you get it? There was no, we're standing somewhere on some street corner talking about business. There was no, we're driving around in a car talking about business. They didn't talk about business unless they were in a place that they knew, or at least that they felt, because if you watch The Wire, they kind of got wiretaps inside of one of their offices. But the point being is, they took as many precautions as was possible. They didn't go on any Vlad. Rollo went on Vlad also, for everybody that don't know. There's also quite a few other people that have went on Vlad and said things that were just very incriminating. But none of these people said what Rollo and ARAB said, basically that they was trying to uplift the people. What do you think buying property is doing? Rollo spoke very openly. Rollo bought a whole projects, for everybody that don't know. Rollo bought a whole projects and had people living there for basically free. His people, which is just a whole nother note, which is kind of, you know, you're gonna buy the projects where you already know that you're gonna have a lot of users at, and now you have a place where all you gotta do is go get the drugs and bring it back to. That's so smart. Too bad he told people about it. Because that's fucking genius. I'm going to buy the projects, and then I'm going to go pick the drugs up, bring them back to the projects where the people that's in the projects is going to buy it, and I'm going to make more money off of them than I would have been making if I charged them rent. I mean, you can't beat that. This guy was smart, but not smart enough. Not smart in the right ways. That's what I'll say. Anyway, so it's obvious that ARAB talking on Vlad wasn't the only thing, isn't the primary reason why this man was got incarcerated, got jammed up, him and his people. But I will say this. When you make shit public like they made shit public, you better be ready for the for the feds or the police or whoever that wasn't really looking at you that much before to be looking at you now. Because the proof that they put the police or the FBI onto them is, I keep having people pop up in the other ARAB video talking about how there's bigger dealers in Philadelphia than ARAB. That kind of proves the point that the Vlad interview had something to do with it. That kind of proves the point that ARAB doing whatever he was doing was different from what the other individuals was doing, and why was it? And all I know for now, all of them was dealing drugs. The only thing I could guess is ARAB was buying property. One piece of property a month. For everybody that thinks, oh man, why wasn't he buying 2 or 3? That's not much. I mean, he's spending $50,000, $60,000 on beat up ass property a month. How many of y'all make $50,000 a month? And income that's disposable enough to invest. Okay, so where you getting this money from, says the IRS. Anyway, I want to know what you guys think about this. Leave it down in the description. Wait, you can't leave anything in the description. Leave it down in the comments. Nobody wanna. This is too early for this shit. Leave it down in the comments. This is the border, by the way, y'all. I want to know what y'all guys think about this. I think that he should not have spoke on Vlad. I do not think that that is the primary reason in which why he's jammed up. I do think that if they were looking at him before he went on Vlad, going on Vlad gave them that extra boost and that extra push. Because what people fail to realize is they still have bosses. The people that's trying to get you locked up have bosses. If they can't come back with serviceable intel, their boss might say, move on to the next motherfucker. But when you got a motherfucker going on the internet and speaking about shit, even though they are already looking at you, and now you're giving them reason to invest more money into the investigation. So I'm not saying that the Vlad thing is the reason, but I am saying he sure did shine a spotlight on himself. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.